Warm greetings, dear students. In this particular session, we are going to discuss about the concept of ratio. How we are applying the concept of ratio in the business problems. We'll be discussing in this particular topic, ratio. Okay, so ratio consists of ratio and proportion. The second part of this first unit consists of ratio and proportion. This particular session will discuss about a ratio. So generally, if you see, the ratio is a relationship between two quantities. We'll be relating two quantities in terms of ratio. That's the concept of ratio. Just we are relating two quantities. That two quantities must be same kind of quantities. Okay. The two same kind of quantities can be related with respect to the magnitude and uh, the same nature of the quantities can be related. So, for example, you can compare the age of person A and person B are that means we can compare the ages, we can compare the heights, we cannot compare the age and height in a single ratio. So that's the concept of ratio that we can compare it in the proportions. Okay, but ratio we cannot compare the two different quantities. Okay, so that's what ratio will be denoting by using the term A is to B. Okay, we'll be denoting this as A is to. So A is to B is the denotation of R ratio. So here the first letter, the first quantity is called as the antecedent, and the second uh, quantity is called as consequent. So antecedent and consequent are the two quantities which will be using it in the concept of ratio. Okay. So inverse ratio, next concept is inverse ratio. Inverse ratio means a ratio, two quantity, we are writing it in a ratio. If you are interchanging the antecedent and consequent, then that will be considered as an inverse ratio. Okay. So the another concept is the compounded ratio. Compounded ratio in the sense, if you are having three, four ratios, more than one ratios we have, we will be combining all the ratios. Combining in terms of combining all the multiplying all the antecedents divided by combining all the consequence. Multiplying all the consequence and multiplying all the antecedents in fractions, then it will be converting into single ratio. That concept is called as compounded ratio. And also we'll have that concept of duplicate ratio, triplicate ratio, subduplicate ratio, and subtriplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio in the sense the given ratio is directly squared. The antecedent is squared separately and consequent is squared separately. That is called as duplicate ratio. And replicate ratio means cubing the given ratio. So that is antecedent is cubed separately and consequent is cubed separately. That is called as uh, triplicate ratio. Sub-duplicate ratio in the sense opposite to the duplicate, that means taking the square root of the given ratio. If you are taking the square root for the antecedent and consequent separately, that is called a sub-duplicate ratio. The same way, sub-triplicate ratio means taking the cube root of the given ratio. Antecedent and consequent is taken the cube root separately. That particular concept is called as sub-triplicate ratio. These are the different ratios we have. By using these concepts, we will be solving the problem. We'll share the Word file which will be having answers for these questions. So I'll share the sheet with you. Yes. So here, if you see, the first question is find the compounded ratio of 2 is to 5, 9 is to 5, 5 is to 6, and 6 is to 1. Ratios we can also write in terms of fraction. For example, the first ratio 2 is to 5. That we are able to write as in terms of fraction. That means 2 by 5. We are able to write it. Okay. That we are able to write it. So first we'll be writing the given ratio into fractions. Okay. So given ratios we'll be writing into fractions. So four ratios are given to us. In the problem, we need to find out the compounded ratio. So all the four ratios we'll be writing in terms of fraction first, so that we are able to multiply all the, we have come across the concept compounded ratio means multiplying all the antecedent divided by multiplying all the consequent. Okay, so now if we multiply this if we multiply, so if we multiply, we will be after simplifying 5 can be cancelled, 6 can be cancelled, 2 can be simplified for the 6. So like this, if we simplify, we are able to get a single fraction, that is 8 divided by 55. How we are able to convert the ratio into fraction? In the same way, vice versa, we are able to convert the fraction into ratio. So 18 is to 55. 55 also can be written as 18 is to 55. Okay, so the answer, the compounded ratio of the given problem is 18 is to 55. Until we are able to simplify, we can simplify. If we are not able to do it, we can stop with that. So this is the solution of the first question. Okay. So second question is, find the duplicate ratios of 2:3 and 3:4, and find the triplicate ratio of 3:5 and 1:2, and also find the compounded ratio of all the obtained ratios. So the question is, we need to find out the duplicate ratio first for the given two ratios, and we need to find out the triplicate ratio for the given two ratios. Then for the all four new ratios, we need to find out the compounded ratio like the first problem. Okay, so first we will find out the duplicate ratio for the first two ratios. That means first ratio 2:3. We already come across the concept. Duplicate ratio means directly squaring the antecedent and consequent. So 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. So duplicate ratio of 2:3 is 4:9. Next, duplicate ratio of 3:4. So duplicate ratio of 3:4, if you square, you will get 3 square 9, 4 square 16. Okay, then we got it. So next, we need to find out the triplicate ratio. So triplicate ratio of 3:5. So we need to triplicate ratio means we have to cube the given ratio. So 3 cube is 9. Just a minute. So we need to find out the triplicate ratio of 3:5. So 3:5, if we cube antecedent and consequent, 3 cube 27, 5 cube 125. That is a triplicate ratio of 3:5. So in the same way, triplicate ratio of the next term, next ratio 1:2. So if we cube 1 cube 1 and 2 cube 8. So triplicate ratio of 1:2 is 1:8. Now we got 4 new ratios. That means duplicate and triplicate ratios of the given ratios. Now we need to find out the compounded ratio of all the new ratios. So compounded ratio means already we discussed that. Compounded ratio means multiplying all the antecedent divided by multiplying all the consequent. So if we multiply, we'll be converting the fraction ratio into fractions. Then if we multiply, we'll be getting the terms like this. Now we need to simplify further. 9 can be cancelled and 4 can be simplified for the 16. So now if we multiply the remaining terms, we will get the compounded ratio. The remaining fraction is 27 by 4,000. So the compounded ratio is 27:4,000. So this is the concept of duplicate and triplicate ratio. So like this, we are able to solve the problems, business problems, by converting the problem into a ratio. In terms of ratio, we are able to solve by using these concepts. I hope you are able to understand the concept. Thank you, students. Thank you for your patience listening.